you got presets. And I'm not going to go through all these. Test 1, 2, 3. That included a bunch of accessories for literally like 230 bucks. So I thought today in this episode I would share a little bit about the new camera that I purchased recently, which is the GoPro 9. And I added this to my arsenal because I have a second channel now, and I needed something that was a little more updated than the GoPro 6 that I have on my helmet, which I'm wearing right now. So this is the GoPro 9, and there's tons of videos on that, so I'm not going to go into specifications, but this is more about a video why I chose the 9 and why I wanted to not really jump up to the 11 or 12. This GoPro 9 is mainly purchased for my second channel, but at the same time, I can use it in my MotoVlog as the camera that faces me when I'm riding, okay? This is a media mod that comes with, it doesn't come with the GoPro 9, but this is a media mod for the ability to like add a second, like a different audio setup. So this is just, this thing right here is kind of a buffer for the speaker, which is right here. You got some cutouts here, and there's also a rear speaker. But I don't really use the speaker on this because I have this, which is the Senko. I'll do a review on that one day, but these are really cool. These are wireless mics. Okay, you got a receiver and you got 2 transmitters that you can put on people. You put one on yourself, you put one on the person, and this receiver clips onto the media mod. Okay, now that's priceless for what I do on my other channel because I needed a way to have the guest speak without, it's kind of a documentary type channel that I run. But these little wind muffs go right on here, like this. And then you clip this on the person. And why do you need a media mod? This does not really have a port that you can put a wire into. For instance, this, right? So you need something to go from here to the camera. Well, GoPro doesn't. GoPro overall is really not an audio camera. It's more for capturing video, action, right? So you need to get either a media mod or some other case. They make other cases, right, that you can attach the GoPro adapter so you can actually hook up an audio. So I chose this because it's just easy. So what you do is you slide this. You have to take this little thing off here, which is the side cover. So here is your battery, and then you have your media card in here. So what happens is, see that little, that's a port. I don't know what it is, USB-C maybe, I don't know. But this slides in, and if you notice, you have a port there. Hopefully I'm getting all this on camera. So you slide this in here, right? Close this. Now your GoPro 9 is inside your media mod. And check this out. So where do you plug this stuff in? Well, here, this, right there. This is your audio. Can't see, but that's where you plug that in. And then this basically has its feed right here, which is out. Because you're going from the receiver out into the camera, okay? So this is kind of how it works. So you plug this into here, and you got this little clip right here. Slide it right into the little cold shoe, and there you go. There's your camera. And you can put this on, you mount this on the stick or whatever. This is a GoPro stick. There's all kind of different sticks you can buy. But that fits onto this. There's little, if you can see these, I don't know if you can see these, but these come out like this. And then you mount it right to the stick. Okay, so that's how that works. These sync up. As soon as you turn this on and you turn these little wireless mics on, they all sync together. And then you have to set your camera to the input for your wireless receivers. Transmitters, I'm sorry, my goodness, all this technical stuff. So these slide on right like this, okay, and they just kind of twist, and there you go. These are wind muffs. You call them dead cats sometimes. This is for, like, if you want to go outside and you don't have any receivers or anything, any wireless mics, you could put this on here as kind of a buffer for the wind. Now, I don't really use it that way because, again, I use this, these adapters. This you just put off to the side, and that's it. So I hope that helps. And I'll show you how to sync up these two things. But first of all, let's do this. Do this. It's really not rocket science, but I can't see. And I've had about 20,000 cups of coffee, so I'm like, oh my goodness. But this mounts to this, like that. There's your stick. This is a nice stick because you can use it as a tripod. Nice. Okay, so let's fire this puppy up and I'll kind of show you how this works. Activity is, you got presets. And I'm not going to go through all these. I'm going to do the standard. That's my standard channel. So what you do is you turn that on, you press and hold the button here, turn that on, press and hold the button here, where is it? Turn that on, okay, and these two sync. If you wanted a secondary transmitter, you can turn that on too. But see, you can see the audio level, and you can see that they're working. Test 1, 2, 3 because of the bars, right? So that's working and that's working. So I know that I'm getting sound captured from this. So this display is awesome. And it's got that forward-facing camera. So when I'm riding my bike, I'll show you. I look ridiculous because I have my helmet on, but because I always attach my GoPro to my helmet. So the helmet has the GoPro 6 on it, okay, like that. And this one has a forward-facing LCD, which is cool. So I'll show you later when I mount it to my bike. But that's the media mod. These are wireless transmitter. And by the way, these Synco, they're about half the price of a Rode. If you're looking for a decent wireless mic, these are awesome. So remember that brand, Synco, right? And they do just fine. So we'll be back here shortly. I want to show you how I mount this to the bike and everything, okay? Well, good morning, everyone. It is Sunday, and what a nice day for a ride. Little chilly, little chilly. Of course, I'm always saying it's chilly, but I don't even know what day it is. November 5th, it looks like. So yeah, I've been busy with the new channel and kind of getting all that stuff set up. I had a good opportunity to make a video last weekend, so that turned out good. But I wanted to talk today about the GoPro 9. And since I have my first channel, this one here, the MotoVlog channel, and I bought this for my other channel because I needed a camera that was a little more sophisticated than the GoPro 6, which I have on my helmet. That's my GoPro 6. And I've had this for the whole length of my channel existence, probably a good 2 years. So I built TREKOPOLIS on, I say in the comments, you can read more about it down in the description below, but I made this channel with literally almost a couple $100 investment, not much at all. The GoPro 6 was like a refurb that I found on eBay that included a bunch of accessories for literally like 230 bucks. I'm not kidding you. And I made my whole channel with this. Now, I did buy a little pop mic which is the mic that runs through my helmet right by my mouth inside the helmet that I'll show you later. But yeah, I built this whole channel for a couple $100, so it can be done. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars in gear. I'm telling you, you don't need to do that. You just got to figure it out and what works. And the only reason I bought this Hero 9 was because I've had so much success with this Hero 6 that I'm like, why? And I tried different cameras. I really did. You probably saw the review video I did on the AKASO. A lot of people come to my channel because they're searching for AKASO Brave. I think it was a 7 LE or something. They come to my channel because they want to see the AKASO in action. And at the time I had the AKASO mounted here on like a stick that was a little taller, but it just could not hold up to the vibration. It didn't have a very, and I made sure it was on and everything, but I don't know, it took really good quality. The video quality was really good for the price. You know, the AKASO brand is not very expensive. So it all depends on what you're trying to gain out of it. Is it the best action camera for a lot of vibration? I think GoPro obviously still beats it there. But if you're looking for a camera that you're not, I mean, it would work good on a helmet, I would say. Although I had mine on the mount, I would probably have done well with the AKASO on my helmet, because you got your body and your neck and everything to absorb the shock. So that would probably work. It just didn't do a great job being on a vibrating bike on a stick like this. Now, the GoPros do. They do amazingly well because that's what they're designed to do. GoPro puts a lot of R&D and engineering into their cameras. So, as I say in the description, if you're looking for something, make sure when you do review videos that you're not looking at a review video that it was a paid video, a paid advertisement, because of course they're gonna talk up the camera. Of course they're gonna make it sound like the perfect camera out there. So you know what I'm talking about, the people that do the just all kind of different review videos. Hey, as long as they're doing them, but they do them for an unbiased video, then that's great. I learn a lot from watching YouTube and a lot of videos. But with that said, the GoPro 9, this is unbiased. I buy everything with my own money. I don't, you know, nobody contacts me to have me review stuff. I don't know why. But if they did, I would have to be frank with them and I would say, I'll do it. That's fine, because I'm always like looking for new gear and trying things out. But it's going to be an unbiased video. But hey, I'm open to reviews. I have to tell the truth about them. That's just kind of how I am. So I did the AKASO Brave on the stick and it just didn't turn out real good. And but if you're interested in trying to get into a MotoVlog like this or something, it might be a good choice, especially if you're just doing it on the helmet, okay? Because the helmet will absorb a lot of the vibration with your neck and stuff. You know, it's on your body, so it's not on a vibrating stick. So right there, I think that would work well if you're interested in the AKASO to try to save some money. And I also did, as you know, I did the Insta 360. I'm like, you know what? I want to try it. And I know it's very pricey. The Insta 360 at the time was like $500. And it's really a lot more that I would ever want to spend on something, as you know. I'm really frugal about stuff. So I did it, and I'm thinking, well, I'll try it, and if it's really something that is really cool and I want to proceed with it, I'll have to bite the bullet and keep it. So I get this 360, the Insta 360, right? And you saw the video on that. It was kind of cool. I did a video at this castle, and you know, it does a really good job with the perspective of capturing a wide area. I mean, hell, it's 360 footage, right? So it does its job, and it kind of looks cool, but I hate to use this term and I've said it before, I feel that 360 footage gets old after a while because it's kind of gimmicky. And I apologize to anyone that owns a 360 camera, but it's just not right for me. I don't feel that gimmicky stuff is necessary. Now, if you're doing short little videos from your phone and you're doing a lot of shorts meaning short videos, like an Insta 360 would be good because you can edit it right on your phone. And there's some really cool stuff that you can do with the 360. There really is. So with that said, I can't really complain that I can't really say that it's a bad camera. It really is a good camera. But will it do the job that I wanted to do? Yeah, no, not for what I need. Because my MotoVlog channel, it would be really weird to do a 360 camera on this because the editing is really complicated to me, and I'm a technical guy. And if I think the editing is a pain in the butt, I'm sure you would too. So what I found with the Insta 360 is that editing is better done on your phone because you can do some cool stuff with it. And I'm not a phone guy. I'm old school, right? I don't like messing with my phone as much as unless I have to. But all the young guys and girls today, you know, they were raised into their phones. So they're really technical when it comes to bouncing around on their phone and stuff. So anyway, long story short, yeah, the Insta 360 wasn't for me. Not saying it's a bad camera. It really was, and it took great quality. It captured a wide area of stuff because it's 360. The editing though, no, not fun at all. So I'm like, no way. I'm not going to spend 5 hours trying to edit, you know, a 20-second clip or something crazy. So it went back. It went back to Amazon. And it took like a month to get my credit back because I don't know if it's just a higher priced item. So you got to be careful with that. I don't like sending things back. I really don't. But you know what? I'm not going to spend $500 on something that I wasn't going to be happy with. So this is the GoPro 9. I have it mounted on a handlebar mount clamp. And I have like 2 or 3 of these that can raise it higher. But I think this is fine for what it is, this height. You kind of get a perspective of me and the scenery behind me. And I have this set to super wide. And this camera, like I said, is the GoPro 6. So it's kind of neat to have that perspective of a different angle. And that's all it is. It's nothing complicated. So I set the camera because when I'm reviewing stuff, I like to see what people use. And that's why you're here probably. So if you're interested in the GoPro 9, especially if you have a MotoVlog channel, I set this at 4K 30 frames per second as I do this. I used to shoot in 4K 60, but the 60 frames per second, it's really not necessary. It makes a huge file that you have to edit, and it's a nightmare. So I found a happy medium. You get more of that, I guess they call it a cinematic look at 30 frames per second. So that's what I do. I shoot both cameras for 4K at 30. And on my second channel, I use this with the same thing, 4K at 30 frames per second, but I don't have it in super wide. I only have it in super wide when I'm filming myself riding because I want to get a big perspective, a wide perspective. But with this, when I'm hand-holding it, I do just a wide view, I believe, yeah. So that's it. And I'm real happy with it. So after trying several cameras, I think to myself, why am I trying to make this harder? Just go with another GoPro and be happy in life. And just because you know they work. I've had this GoPro 6 for 2 years. I have not one time had it fail on me or stop on me or have any type of problem. Still using the same battery in it. I'm sorry, I keep pointing to that. This is the 6 on my helmet. And I still have the same battery to this day. Of course, I bought 2 extra batteries And I have also 3 batteries for the GoPro 9 because I know that these batteries only last about 45 minutes in these cameras. So yeah, I had this GoPro for 2 years and not once had a problem, so I'm thinking, you know what? Why not just stick with what I know, stick with what works, and stick with what's most reliable. The GoPro 9 is really affordable because now every year GoPro has to come out with one more up, right? Now it's the 12, I think. So you have 6, 7, 8, every year they're coming out with a new model, and that's the way the world works. There's nothing wrong with the GoPro 6. There's nothing wrong with the GoPro 9. But I chose the 9 because when you review the 10 and the 11 and I think the 12 out now, are you gonna really need all those little added features that they somehow add to these cameras to make them marketable? The 9 is gonna do everything I need it to do, plus more, for the rest of the life of this channel. I'm not gonna need anything more than that. You know why manufacturers come out with different models every year? Money. That's it. It's it. Now they do make slight improvements here and there, but when I reviewed the 9, 10, 11, 12 on the GoPro, I don't know if there's a 12 out. If not, I apologize, but I know there's a 10 and 11, I think. I didn't see much difference. They claim that they do like add a little bit more stability to them, but from when I compare videos, and they're out there. If you guys are here because of the GoPro 9, you've probably watched dozens of videos on the GoPro 9. So don't get pulled in by that attraction to this gadget's better than that gadget, or the GoPro 9 speaks for itself. I mean, to me, it's got amazing video quality. It has 4K. Nobody shoots in 5K. I guarantee you that. If they do, they're probably hiring out their editing because it's a pain in the butt to edit 5K video. And you need super power beefy computer RAM, graphics card and stuff, and good luck trying to edit 5K. I've seen it in action on other videos, and that does not look fun. You got to have the right computer for it. And really, when you watch YouTube, do you ever watch a YouTube video in 5K? Probably not. The majority of your videos out there that you watch on YouTube right now are either 1080 or 4K. So 4K I could do on my GoPro 6, right? But the little thing that's lacking on the GoPro 6 is the quality isn't as good as the 9, because they have made improvements over the years. But I would say the last couple of years, maybe the last 3 years on GoPro, I'm not seeing any huge differences between them. So that's why I settled on the 9. It was the most affordable. I liked it better than the 6, 7, and 8. 8 was kind of good too. But I'm like, you know what? For $20 more, I'll go ahead and get the GoPro 9. And it's going to be everything I ever need, really. What are they going to do? What are they going to do, man? Alright, let's go. Yes, got some people playing golf today. That's how nice it is. Yeah, it's about maybe 60 something, 63. Let's go down here a little bit. I don't know what that person's doing. So yeah, that's my spiel, and I'm sticking to it. I think the GoPro 9 is a fabulous camera. Anytime I buy something, you know that I'm getting a good value, for one, if you follow this channel. By the way, thanks for all the new subscribers. If you're new to my channel, I'm Scott. I always forget to tell you that. And I'm probably the most frugal guy on the planet. I really am. Because, I don't know, I was just instilled. I went to college for finance. I mean, I've always been focused on value for the money. So if I buy something, it's going to be of good value, and you know, just kind of like more bang for the buck type thing. The GoPro 9 right here, it was hard for me to even pay that much, and it wasn't that expensive. So that kind of tells you how conscious I am about my spending. Is it really necessary, in other words? I watch videos where I can tell these people have thousands of dollars into their gear, possibly even $10,000 into their gear. And is it necessary? No, it's not. I'm telling you, because I look at my channel compared to some other channels that have all that fancy gear, and it does just as well. I mean, it hasn't been around as long. I've only been on YouTube about 2 years. So I think that's pretty decent for my subscribers and stuff. And I seem to retain a lot of my subscribers. I don't have too many drop-offs. I can tell all through that in the algorithms. So thank you. So that tells me that I'm hopefully presenting good material to people that's educational, that's unbiased, and I think people really appreciate that. But yeah, that's why I bought the GoPro 9. After doing all my research, it's fine for what I need. And like I say all the time, what you buy with gear, whether it's a motorbike or camera gear or riding gear, a lot of it comes just down to personal choice, obviously, but a lot of it, more importantly, is what's good for your particular application. And I don't have to edit. By the way, when I edit GoPro 9 footage, I don't have to touch the quality. With my GoPro 6, I have to bump up certain things, and I have to work with the color a little bit and the brightness, especially the brightness. It's a very dim, doesn't pick up, unless you're in super bright light, the grays and the shadows and stuff. I have to bump that up. But I do all that post, in my editing software. But with the 9, I don't have to touch it. It comes out beautiful. The colors are already vivid. It does a good job with the shadows and stuff. So that really saves me time. As a channel creator, it's all about time, especially now that I have 2 channels that I deal with. The nice thing about the 9 is I don't have to touch the video quality. I just have to edit, cut, edit. I don't have to adjust quality. And not that it takes a long time. It's just one less thing in the arsenal that I have to worry about. So amazing quality for the GoPro 9. So there's that. And if you have any questions about the 9, leave me a comment, because now that I've had it for a while, and I've done a couple videos, not only on my bike, but I've done the videos for my other channel. It's really good. I'm pleased with it. But again, audio, not so much, because GoPro does not design a camera meant for audio. It doesn't happen. They're all about video footage and stability. That's their bread and butter. Audio quality, that's not their R&D. They're getting better. They're getting a little better. There's a dog down there. I'm not going to go down there because it's not on a leash. Last thing I want to do is a dog run out at me. But yeah, so the audio, that's why I did one video. My last video on my other channel is before I had the wireless mics, and I can tell a difference. It was okay. It was decent. I was able to pull it off by a lot of adjustments post with audio, but it was not fun. So I splurged, and I got the actual wireless receivers. Okay, you got a receiver and 2 transmitters that I showed you. You need that for the GoPro if you're using your GoPro for any type of handheld and trying to capture audio. Now, if it's just yourself and you're just walking around doing a vlog or something, right? Yeah, you could probably get away with the built-in speakers on the GoPro 9. But you will need probably, and you don't really need the media mod. You can just have this straight out of the box with the way it is looking right now, and it does decent quality audio. Decent. That's an important word. Is it the best? No, it's far from the best, but it does decent. And if you're not really worried about spectacular quality, you may get away with just right how it is out of the box. But if you're doing any type of talking to people, or you want, it picks up everything in the background, so you got to be concerned about that. If you have the GoPro 9 without any like media mod or any attachments, it's going to pick up everything in the background, and it's going to become like just noise, a mess, you know. So just keep that in mind. What I found to be best is what I showed earlier in the beginning of the video, is clip-on wireless mics. They're the best. Then you don't have to worry about any big bulky boom mic or anything on these cameras. You just get a clip-on and you're good to go. And what I like about it is my other channel is all about engaging with another person, just the content that I make. So it's beautiful if I could just have them clip on the mic on their shirt and I have one on mine, and then I could get a little bit of ambient from the GoPro as far as the surrounding, but it kind of dulls that so it's not overpowering and it doesn't drown out the voices. So I can't wait for my next video attempt on my new other channel, because it's going to be really, really nice, night and day. But like I said, it was good enough, and it got the point across. The whole thing about video presentation is, does it get the job done? A lot of people aren't real concerned about quality. I'm a perfectionist kind of, so I worry about quality a lot more than the average viewer would really even care about it. They probably wouldn't even know. All right, it's just me, because I've always been into the creative stuff like photography and video editing. I've been doing it for decades, so I'm really concerned about that kind of stuff. The average person that watches YouTube videos, they don't scrutinize the quality and the audio too much at all, and I don't either. When I'm watching the video, let's say I look up something. What did I look up the other day? I looked up something. I'm always researching YouTube for stuff. So I looked up something that was about a toilet, okay, of all things. The video quality was horrible. The sound was horrible. It looked like the guy's first attempt at ever making a video, and I think it might have been from an old flip phone. I don't know, it was horrible. But did I judge that? No. You know why? Because I got the information I needed, and it was fine. It was totally fine, and I didn't even care. As long as I could make out the video, and as long as I could hear it, I was good to go. So I think as creators, we worry way too much about quality and audio and all that jazz, and you don't really have to. I got to keep that in mind myself. The more important thing is getting the story, getting the content out there, and giving the audience what they want. So you're probably here, if you searched, more than likely a lot of my people that'll be watching this video will be searching for the GoPro 9. So again, anything that you want to know, leave me a comment below, but I think I covered everything that I can think of. And again, I have a lot of stuff in the description, okay? I have the wireless mic on right now. It just clips on, let me get back here. Clips on the shirt or anywhere you want. The little wind muff kind of blocks the noise or the wind. So that's it. Now I can hold this, my cam, on a stick, and I mean, I could walk away from this. I don't have to even stand right next to it because the sound's coming from this. So I can put this down, I can walk away, and the sound, I mean, I could basically sit here, okay? I don't know if you can see me, but I can sit here all day long and I don't have to talk loud or anything. So the mic, I'm probably about 15, 20 feet away. So the mic is here, and if I had one on a guest, they could be sitting there and my camera could be anywhere. So that's how it works, and I'm real happy with it. Like I said, necessity. So I can walk around. I could look at Patrick Mahomes. By the way, Kansas City just won. Over there in Frankfurt, Germany. 21-14. I'm a Bengals fan. I'm from Cincinnati, but yeah, so I could do that, and I could basically show you that the GoPro 9 is an excellent camera for vlogging, You can use it as your MotoVlog. You can do anything you want with it. So I hope this helps. I'll put in the description kind of the story that I talked about on the bike, and get you the Senko wireless. Those are huge, and I forget what they cost, but I'll put it in the description. I'm not really doing a review on the actual mics, but you get the idea. So until next time, peace out.